All right, we're gonna make this is a really good dish. This is we're gonna make the rub for a Boston pork butt. So this would be for like a pulled pork dish. Of course, you could use it for lots of other stuff if you want to make a real sloppy Joe sandwich or something like that. This is one of my favorite recipes, and not one that I normally share. Although you can find variations of it, but you can email me and I'll give you the exact recipe for it. So we've got 2 Boston pork butts, which you can get at the market. You should be able to get them just about at any market. One's about 5 pounds, one's about 7 pounds. So we're going to do 2 butts. And what we're going to do is we're going to season them with dry and a little wet seasonings, and then let it sit overnight. And then tomorrow I'll pull it out, let it come to room temperature, and bake it at 300 degrees for 5 hours. Covered, and we'll go over all that again at the end of the recipe. But basically, it's a lot of ground spices and some wet spices. So let's just go over everything from the top. You have half a teaspoon of fresh garlic, which I already have. You have 2 tablespoons of mustard. Now this is just a regular dark mustard. It's not too grainy. You could definitely use grainy mustard if you wanted to. This is roughly half a cup of brown sugar. So we're going to put all that into this bowl. So there's the brown sugar, the garlic, mustard, and then we need a little bit of horseradish, half a teaspoon of horseradish, or as my teaspoon says, of friends. I got the coolest little ones. You can buy these anywhere, but they're really cool. See, like my 1/4 of a teaspoon, it says 1/4 of a teaspoon of luck, or 2 tablespoons of friends, and I got half a tablespoon of know-how. Isn't that cute? So we always do your wet ingredients first. Get all that just combined together. These are kind of wet. I say wet because the rest of everything is already ground down, or needs to be ground down. This is Hungarian paprika, and I buy this one pre-ground at my local store, and it's going to call for a tablespoon. So you see, my tablespoons, there we go. So it's 1 tablespoon of freshly ground paprika. Now, you can use either paprika. There's the Hungarian kind, or there's regular paprika. If you really like paprika, then use the Hungarian kind. If you don't, then just use the regular. The Hungarian paprika tends to be a little bit more smoky and certainly a little bit more spicy. So we're going to put that one aside. Now, you can buy seeds just about anywhere. You really can. And that's so good. I really recommend it. Now, you can buy cumin already ground down for you, but it's so much better. Just buy the seed in the store, if you can see that. Buy the seed, and then grind it down yourself. Let me recheck my answer. I think it's a tablespoon now of everything, including ground pepper. So, I buy a couple of these. I've got a couple of different ones. This is my savory grinder. So it's a coffee grinder, but I don't use it for coffee. I only use it for ground spices. So we're just going to plug that in. Get it ready to go. And the great thing about this recipe is you can add everything together. So I don't have to grind it separately because it's all going in the same batch anyway. So So that's fresh cumin seed. You dig the music? Paul Desmond. Check it out. Paul Desmond's rocking. And then this is coriander. Fresh ground. We're going to grind it fresh. This is coriander seed. So there you go. That one. And then one of the little secrets to the recipe is celery root. It's been dried down. And it's a little bit ground already. You can buy it. But we're going to grind it just some more into equal portions of the others. It's running a little low. I'm going to have to go get some. Well, there you go. We're going with that. Seal all those up. We can grind away. While that's grinding, we'll put the rest of this away. It's on a really fine grind because you want it really finely ground up. That away. I wish you could smell it. It smells so good. So it's all just icing, incorporated, freshly ground. And that is going to go into our wet ingredients. Paprika, brown sugar, horseradish. Put that back in the cupboard. So, mix everything together. Good. See that? See, it creates kind of a paste, which is what you're looking for. So then, I almost forgot 2 other ingredients, which is salt, and 2 tablespoons of fresh ground pepper. That's tablespoons. Now there's one last wet ingredient, and that is olive oil. And I don't put the olive oil into the mixture because I want to maintain that flavor. The olive oil is just for the butts themselves, so it's just a little bit, just to get them ready to accept, and so you can rub in. You're really into the skin. You're rubbing mixture. So get that all rubbed in there. Nice. You can see that over there. So that's good. Good. There we go. Now you really, the only way to do this is by hand. So get ready to get your hands a little dirty. That's really good. Seems like it's going to stick together first, but just keep rubbing it, and it won't. It'll come apart. It'll get to where you can smear it on everything. Doesn't seem like it, but trust me. Tomorrow afternoon, around 2 o'clock, after I bake this for 5 hours, covered, and I pull the cover off and I bake it for half an hour uncovered, it's going to be unreal. You're going to be able to pull this apart with 2 forks. I mean, literally, pull it apart. You put it on a sandwich. anything you want. You can eat it just like it is. The great thing is that, you know, we're doing half the work right now, and I'm just going to put it in the wine cellar tonight, which is 50 degrees, and it can sit overnight. You get all this wonderful flavor all soaked right in there. You see that? There, it started at first like it was going to all stick together, but little bit by little bit it comes apart. Really rub it in with your hands. The more you love it, the more it'll love you back. That's really good. That's looking perfect. Look at that. That's absolutely looking perfect. Quick wash of our hands here, and I will show you everything. And then I'm going to walk you through the whole recipe one last time. Yep. That. Go over there. We're done with that. Okay. So, there you go. 1 5-pound butt and 1 7-pound butt. Now, if you were just going to do the 5-pound, obviously you need to reduce the recipe a little bit. But just from the top, it's a Boston pork butt. And the dry and wet ingredients are as follows. Salt and pepper, 2 tablespoons of each. 1 tablespoon of Hungarian paprika or regular paprika if you like. 1 tablespoon of cumin. 1 tablespoon of coriander. 1 tablespoon of celery root, all that we ground down. So you can either buy it pre-ground, but really you're going to get the flavor that you're looking for if you grind the seed, and I really recommend grinding the seed. One of those grinders is about $9 at Walmart. You can buy 2 or 3 of them, then label them, this is for savory and blah, blah, blah. Horseradish, half a teaspoon of horseradish, half a teaspoon of fresh garlic, freshly minced garlic, tablespoon of mustard, and half a cup of brown sugar. So you rubbed all that in, and we're going to cover this and let this sit overnight, and then tomorrow when I pull it out, after you let it sit 24 hours, if you can let it sit 2 days is even better. You'll uncover it, and then in the bottom of the pan here, you can see this is on a double baking pan, roasting pan here. In the bottom, you're going to fill the bottom with, let me remember this, half a cup of water and 1½ cups of apple juice. So it's a half a cup of water, 1½ cups of apple juice, and 1/4 of a cup of white wine. So white wine, apple juice, and water are going to go in this. You're going to cover the whole thing. So what's going to happen is it's both going to bake and it's going to steam, and that's going to create the moisture so it will pull apart and just be unbelievable. You're going to bake that 300 degrees for 5 hours. Then you'll uncover it, put it back into the oven, and cook it for 30 minutes at the same temperature. So it's a 5.5-hour cooking process total. But you pull it out, and let me tell you, right when it's sitting like that, you just take forks and it just pulls apart. Unbelievable. So this is a master recipe for my pulled pork or Boston pork butt. Love Boston pork butt. So hope you enjoy it, and we'll see you on the next time. All right, cheers.